Hello my friends, welcome to one more video. And this video will be some kind of very precious, okay, because I will teach you something that I think you cannot find in any other place, information really from inside here in Brazil, because I'm native. And if you are thinking about putting business here in Brazil, I will talk here about the most profitable business in my view from native here in Brazil. Okay, so stay with me that I'm sure this video will worth it. Okay, so first of all, in any part of the world, when you put a business, it's important to know the local culture, because the priorities of the local people change from a country to other. The business I will say here in this video maybe are not the same business in relation to, let me say, Portugal or Germany. The priorities of people there are different, so other kinds of business would be better than here. Okay, so when you are gonna put a business, you have to understand that you wanna sell something, and when you sell something that people does not value, it's very difficult to make money, because people are willing to pay just a few. Okay, and making money selling cheap things is a little bit more difficult than selling expensive things, in my point of view, because selling expensive things, you will need less sales to make a lot of money. Okay, this is my thinking. So here I will say the business that people here in Brazil really are willing to spend a lot of money, services and products that people really value here. Okay, so the first business that have my attention here when talking about priorities is party. Okay, I'm not saying you are gonna put a nightclub. If you wanna do this, I think it's a little bit risky because it's a lot of investment. Okay, but you can open a business in the party niche, because people here in Brazil loves to party. They don't have money to but party is priority. People party and spend with going out and drinking and having fun. Okay, so people here love this. And one of the parties that people loves more are these kind of family parties. They stick together with all the family and make these weekend parties, like a birthday, somebody's birthday, and they go to a restaurant, and they go to kind of I don't know how to say this in English, but it's a space that we have in the condominiums that's private. They do this kind of parties. So one good idea is to like have people serving food for this kind of party, or you produce this kind of parties. Okay, or you have a band, you play in these parties like music. Okay, so this kind of events, people are willing to spend a lot of money generally. Okay, that's what I observe. And talking about events here, there is another event that is very important that people generally spend lots and lots and lots of money in this. That is wedding. Okay, yes, man. Wedding here generally is kind of that big events. People spend tens of thousands of reais in that kind of majestic events, with singer, with band, with buffet and food, and are big events. And they spend a lot of money with people organizing these kinds of events. the space they rent, the people that play in these events. One idea is being like an organizer. You're just organizing everybody, and I don't know how to say this kind of profession in English, but we have this profession here that how can I say, that people that marries, that is the woman. Okay, there's the man that marries to the woman. There is this kind of profession that helps the woman in the marriage to get dressed, to organize people in the church, put in the seats. Okay, they usually charge like 1,000 reais for like one day. 1,000 reais, man, is almost a minimum wage for this kind of job. And the person that works with this doesn't spend money to do this, because all they have to do is to organize and go there. Maybe they have one employee, okay, but it's a good idea that you spend few money, even you don't spend money, but you have to know the Portuguese, okay. That's a disadvantage. Or not so much Portuguese, because you don't have to talk a lot. You just have to organize people, okay? So these wedding niche markets, there are a lot of things that happens in this event that can be explored. So this is a niche that people are willing to spend a lot of money, okay? Another market that is very people spend really and prioritize here is, as other parts in the world, real estate, okay? Real estate has been exponentially growing the value in the past of the years, okay? And you can be a real estate broker here. I'm sure there is no college degree to do something like this. If you are a foreign, I think you have to know a little bit about Portuguese, okay, to just sell the house, and you need to do some small course to sell this kind of, to get a license. You need a license, but it's very quickly, okay. You just do this kind of a small course, and that's it. You can sell real estate. Okay, there is people here that make a lot of money with this, as in other parts of the world. Okay, a lot of people, real estate is a primary necessity. Okay, and generally you work for like big companies. Okay, we call here imobiliárias. This is a good niche. Okay, but you need to dominate the sales. Okay, you have to. You must have sales ability to make really good money with that, okay. Another niche that people values a lot here, I'm thinking a lot of, the first thing that comes in my mind, one of the first are cars, okay. Cars here, I don't know if you know about it, cars here are really expensive, okay, are like insanely expensive. Like the minimum wage here is 1,500 reais per month. A car, the cheapest car is kind of 60,000 reais. It's something absurd. Okay. I'm not saying that you are gonna put a car. You sell brand new cars. I don't think this is a kind of advantage, because I see very few places that sell new cars, okay. What they usually do here is selling used cars, because used cars are very expensive too, and used car you just have to buy and sell, and cars here are really high demand, mainly the used car, because the new cars are so expensive that people many times generally used to buy used cars, okay. And you can profit a lot, like you buy a car for 40,000 reais and you sell by 50,000 reais, and you make 10,000 reais in a sale. And this is a kind of product that people buys a lot because people need cars and they have to buy, so they look for it. Okay, that's it. And you can be a seller, you can work like a seller, but I don't think this is a good idea because you have the minimum wage, but you have the commissions. If you are really good in sales, you can make money, but it's more interesting if you know the Portuguese and you can work in that high luxury cars sales that usually pay more commissions. Okay, or you can put a small buy and selling used cars store. Okay, I see a lot of people doing this in Brazil, a lot. You see every corner like a small buy and selling used car store. Okay, it's very common here, but there's this barrier of the investment. You have to buy, like, I don't know, 5 cars would be 200,000 reais, or yeah, maybe 200,000 reais, 300,000 reais. You have to open the business. There is this cost too, but there is this option for working for other person selling high luxury cars, but you have to be good with sales. There's something here that every corner we see this here in Brazil, that is pharmacies. Okay, people here really are really sick. Okay, because every corner you see a pharmacy. It's very common here. Every corner you see this. I don't know if it is. Maybe this could be lucrative if you go to the countryside. If you go to a capital, you'll have a lot of people competing, really big companies competing for this kind of niche. Okay, but if you go to the countryside, maybe you have opportunities there. I see in the countryside small brands, small pharmacy brands growing and expanding to the countryside. Okay, the big companies don't usually go to the countryside. Mainly here in Ceará, that is where I am. Okay. Another thing that I see a lot, and people here love. They invest a lot in this, is eating out. Okay, people loves eating out and drinking here. Okay, we have a lot of restaurants here of all the sort of types here of culinary from all of the world. Okay, people here really love eating. So if you know how to cook something in special, if you know how to cook some exotic food, you can open a small restaurant. I don't recommend you open big business here in Brazil with a lot of employers at the beginning. You can start small and open a small restaurant with this kind of ability you have of doing some kind of food. Okay, this could be interesting. People love and sell beer. Okay, if you want. Okay, I don't know what kind exactly of restaurant you open, but people here love to drink and watch football at the weekend. But it's different if you open a very specialized restaurant like Italian, Arabic, very specialized, and it's different from a bigger restaurant with a lot of employers, and football and beer at the weekends is a little bigger, is a bigger restaurant. Okay, it's different, but in any situation people love this kind of thing. Okay, so this is some ideas of niche that people really spend a lot of money. I hope this would be helpful. If you have any questions, put in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you.